Thank you so much for having me, ladies. I'm so excited to be here. So how many of you have gotten really excited at the beginning of the year for a new project, and you start chugging along, and then you start to put yourself out there, and then you're like, and you put your brakes on, right? The fear comes up and you're going, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And you start really like freaking out and you just start hiding. Anybody? Yeah, a few hands, okay. So this is Unleash Your Power to Become Unstoppable, because we just started a new year and I want you ladies to have more confidence and shine your bright, beautiful light so that you can get out there and really do your business, make more money, and make a bigger impact in the world. Does that sound good? Yep. Awesome. So really quick, before I tell you my story, on your tables you have a little sheet, half sheet. It's the interest sheet here. And if you want to fill those out and give them back to me at the end, it has some things on there like grab my free report, 7 secrets to lasting confidence for more clients and money, things like that. Pass those back to me at the end and that you will get a chance to win a prize. I'm going to do a drawing, okay? So make sure you fill those out. Okay, so my story. As Joanna said, I did used to be very shy. But even as a little girl, I knew that deep inside me, I was put on the planet for a reason. I had a fire in my belly, and I knew that I was put on the planet to make a difference. So no, even though I was shy, when things would come up, an opportunity would present itself, I would do it. I would get past those fears because I had a bigger vision for my life than I could live being shy and hiding, right? So throughout my life, I did different things. Like I was the president for the Kids for Saving Earth Club. And so I did that, and I had a group of kids work with me. And then I went to college, and I got a psychology degree, and I was in a group called DREAM, Daring to Reach Equality Among Many, and I helped promote equality and respect and peace among the students in college. So I was always reaching for something more. Now, when I was after college, and let me back up a little bit. So in college, I was still so shy that in class, I would have a question. I would think of a question in my head, and I would go, oh God, I have this question, but I really don't want to ask it. And my heart would start to race, and my face would flush, and I would just start to be really, really anxious. And I never would ask the question. Just thinking about asking a question would get me that anxious. So fast forward, after college, I went to work in a group home with foster kids, and I was making a difference, but I didn't really see that every day, right? Usually at-risk youth don't tell you what a big difference you're making in their lives. And so I had gone to a few network marketing parties at the time with a certain company, and I decided one day that I was going to take a big leap and join the company. Now, this was a huge leap outside my comfort zone because, as I said, I couldn't even ask questions in college. How am I supposed to stand up in front of groups of ladies and sell stuff, right? And then the bigger leap was that this company was not just any old network marketing company. I wasn't selling jewelry or anything. I was doing passion parties. Okay. So I was standing up there and saying, do you need some romance enhancers, ladies, right? That took a lot of guts and confidence. I did that for 5 years. So I had to really fake it till I made it, really. I had to pretend to be confident for a long time. And so I did that for 5 years, and that gave me so much confidence. But the reason I did it was because I had a bigger vision, right? I had a bigger vision for my life. And I wasn't going to let my fears and my shyness stop me from moving forward. So I gained tons of confidence while I was doing that, and then I found coaching and I fell in love. I said, this is what I have to be doing with my life. And I realized that I wanted to work with women like me, women who were shy or they had fears and limiting beliefs about themselves that felt not good enough, right, to move forward in their business and to really make that difference that they were called to make. So that's why I'm here today, to help you to do that. So when you feel unstoppable, what does that look like for you? Shout it out. Shout out a few things.
Awesome.
You feel awesome. Empower.
Excited.
Excited.
Take this away.
Thank you. Fearless.
Fearless. Energetic. Yes.
Enthusiastic.
Excited. Enthusiastic. You feel like nothing can stop you. I'm just going to keep going for it. Powerful. Yes. So how you talk to yourself has a massive impact on your success, right? So if you're walking around feeling awesome and excited and I can do this, I'm so great, I'm amazing, right? You're gonna just keep going for it. But if you're walking around going, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this, I'm not good enough, I have to learn more things, and you know, I need to lose 10 pounds before I can get up on stage and speak, or I need, you know, if you have these beliefs, right? We have these beliefs about ourselves and about what we can do. It has to be perfect before we can put it out there, right? Who's a recovering perfectionist? Anyone? Yeah, me too. It's gotten a lot better over the years, but so you are with yourself all day, every day. How you talk to yourself has that massive impact on your success. So if you are empowering and coaching yourself into greatness every day, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to keep moving forward no matter what. But if you're shoulding on yourself, you're not good enough-ing on yourself all day, you're not going to be able to move forward and get the clients and make the money and be successful in your business. Okay. You're with yourself 24/7, ladies. Okay. I don't care if you have a coach or not. If you have somebody that's really awesome, you should. But you're the one that's with you 24/7. They're not. Right? So you have to constantly be coaching yourself into greatness. Talking to yourself, talking yourself up, right? So what do you think steals your confidence and makes you stoppable? Failure, intimidation, rejection.
Self-doubt.
Fear, self-doubt, yes, yes. Criticism. Anything else? Insecurities.
The recovery period after you go out for like go try to get a listing and somebody else beats you. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. You gotta bounce back instead of get you.
Yeah. So the recovery period, like if something doesn't go your way.
Yeah.
If you're right. So after that, perfect. Thank you. Yes. So our fears, our limiting beliefs, our gremlins, or the inner critic, right? The you're not good enough. Who do you think you are, right? Fears of being seen and heard, our frustration that our life and business isn't where we want it to be. We're living paycheck to paycheck. Our dreams stay dreams. This is what happens when we are in our stoppable selves, right? When we're living in that fear, when we're being stoppable. So our gremlins, that's the voice in our heads. It tells us you're not good enough, you can't do this, who do you think you are, you need to go back and take more classes, right? I used to feel that way a long time ago, like, oh, I don't know that very well, I should probably go take this class before I get started, right? How many people do you know that do that? They keep going back for classes and going back for classes, and really it's about the fear of not good enough, right? And you are good enough. You do know enough. And, you have to get out there and start doing it in order to build your confidence, right? No amount of classes is going to give you the confidence that you need. Limiting beliefs. This is something you accept about yourself or about your life or about the world or people in it that turns down your light, that limits you, that stops you from moving forward. So this could be beliefs like, it's so hard to make money. I'm too shy. I can't do that. I'm too shy. I'm not good at sales. I'm not a business person. No one has the money or products for my services. Anybody ever had that thought go through your head? Nobody can afford this. So, that's why people don't buy from me, because they can't afford it. Everything has to be perfect. Done is better than perfect, ladies. Okay, just get it out there. I've known people who have said, well, I need to finish my website before I can launch my business. And then I see them 2 years later and they're like, well, I need to finish my website before I can launch my business. And then I'm like, you said that 2 years ago. When just do it. You're never going to get started. So limiting beliefs. So we are born clean slates, right? When we're born, when we're little babies, we don't know anything about the world. We don't have any kind of belief, whether it's positive or negative, right? We don't know anything. And as we grow up, we inherit, we acquire these beliefs about ourselves and the world that either limit us or help us soar, right? And these beliefs get lodged in the back of our brain, way back in our unconscious mind. And a lot of times we don't even realize that we have them, but we just wonder, well, why am I not more successful? Why can't I make more money? Why can't I, do this, that, or the other thing? Find the love of my life. Whatever it is that you're having a hard time acquiring, a lot of times it's because you have a limiting belief that's stuck way back there from probably when you were knee-high to a grasshopper, right? So, when elephants are little babies, and they're in captivity, they are tied up so that they don't roam around, right? They have a chain or a big rope that ties them with one leg to a post or something so that they're in captivity. And they try and they try and they try to break through that rope, but they can't do it because they're just too small. The rope is too big. But then they grow up and they become this big, huge elephants, and they can easily just snap that chain or that rope. But because they were conditioned, they learned, they had that limiting belief that they learned when they were little, they don't even try as adults. They could just easily snap that, but they don't even try because they learned that they couldn't, right? So that's how we are. We get these beliefs in our brains, and we get these ideas that we can't have that or do that, and then we don't move forward, right? We don't even try. So sometimes we can catch ourselves. It really starts with awareness. The changes start with awareness of the thoughts that are going through your mind. Sometimes it takes a coach or somebody to support you and to see what might be going on. Well, I'm kind of hearing that there's maybe an issue around X, Y, or Z, right? To help you, because we can't hear our own thoughts come out, right? Sometimes we're going, well, I just don't understand this, that, or the other thing, but then somebody else might go, well, I just heard you say this. Oh, you're right, So the good news is that our mind is pliable, it's changeable. So the more we work on becoming aware of our thoughts and shifting them, making them more positive, becoming unstoppable, our brain will actually rewire itself so that we can be more successful, right? We can actually physically change our brains for more success. So there was a woman, I host a visioning workshop every few months, and there was a woman that came and we work on limiting beliefs and fears and all that good stuff, and then we create vision boards. And one woman came, and at the end of the workshop, she stood up to show her vision board, and she started crying, and she said, and she's probably in her 50s or early 60s, she stood up and she said, at the beginning of today, when I walked in this room, I felt like I was too old to have the things that I wanted to create and I wanted to put on my board. Now I don't feel that way anymore. And she went on to say that she used to be a model. She's this very tall, beautiful woman. She used to model when she was younger, and she wanted to do that again. And she'd written tons of songs over her lifetime, and she wanted to record them. And so she said, now I don't feel too old anymore. And a few months after that, I spoke with her, and she said that she had been down in LA at a conference. And within that 2-day conference, she met a recording artist, world-renowned, and a photographer who'd photographed the Dalai Lama 15 times. And she set a contract to do photographs with this photographer, and the recording artist was going to record some of her songs and create an album. So now it's just this awesome thing to see her on Facebook. She has all these memes and posts with her doing these photo shoots, boudoir photo shoots and stuff, going, not too old, hashtag not too old, right? And she is just on fire. She is truly unstoppable. It's amazing to see the shifts that she has made just by recognizing I felt too old, and now I just don't feel that way anymore, right? By breaking through that belief. Wayne Dyer says, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Right? When you're in the habit of talking to yourself in a loving and empowering way, you become unstoppable. Okay? So you want to know how to break through those blocks and let go some of those beliefs and fears so that you can become unstoppable? Yeah? You guys don't sound very excited. Okay, so it starts with awareness. You have to become aware of those thoughts. So as you're going through your day, if you find yourself maybe stopping yourself, putting on the brakes, oh, I can't do that. For me, it's like when I get overwhelmed or I start to get in fear, I start to get really tired. I'm like, ugh, it's suddenly time to take a nap. You know? So I've taught myself to ask myself, okay, what's really going on? Am I really actually tired, or am I just in fear? Right? And sometimes yes, I do need a nap. But a lot of times it comes on so quickly, it's very suspicious. Right? It's very fishy. So start to ask yourself, what's going on here? What am I thinking about right now that's causing these breaks, right? To put on the brakes. A woman that I worked with, another woman I worked with, I'd known her for a good couple years, and I kept hearing her say over and over again that she was working a part-time job and she was trying to build a business on the side. And a lot of times she would say, well, my husband, he's just not supportive. So hard when I don't have a supportive husband. And she said this over and over, and I'm going, you know? And I didn't really know. We hadn't had any deep conversations about it. And then she hired me and we started talking about it. And in one of our sessions, I asked her some question. I have no idea what I asked her. And all of a sudden she goes, oh my God, it's not my husband at all. She said, he is super supportive. He totally wants me to be successful in this business. She says, it's my dad, who's been dead for 25 years. She had this thought in her head, deep buried in her subconscious, that she couldn't be successful because she was a woman. Because that's what her dad always told her. This was a big thing with him. He even quit a job because a woman was his boss. So she had this subconscious thought buried way back in there that she couldn't have success. So as soon as she realized that, a week later or something, she goes, oh yeah, I'm going to be speaking for this group, and then I'm teaching this class, and blah, blah, blah. I'm going, oh my gosh, you know? So that's really the power of just becoming aware of those thoughts that can be lingering in the back of your mind. So you want to learn some ways to build your confidence? Yeah? Okay, number 1, practice getting out of your comfort zone. This is so hard for us sometimes, right? We're in this little comfort zone and we're going, oh, I really like it here, it's really comfortable. But really, for those of us that have a mission and a purpose and a big vision for our lives, it's actually really kind of more uncomfortable in your comfort zone, right? Because you know that you have this dream over here, but you're not going to reach it because you're stuck in this little box, right? That's why I joined that company 10 years ago, right? Because I knew that there was something bigger for me out there, and if I didn't get out of my little box, I wasn't going to get to where I wanted to be, right? So if you have to take baby steps, take them. I'm not standing up here saying, you have to take big leaps, ladies. You have to do what I did. No, you don't have to do that. You can take tiny baby little steps, okay? Because all these baby little steps will add up to big steps and big leaps over time. Big shifts and changes. If you feel called to take a big leap, by all means, please do it, okay? It's scary as heck to take a big leap sometimes, but it gets you so much further, and it's so fun. Coming out on the other side, you go, oh my gosh, it's so exciting. So when fear pops up, which it will, when you start thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to step out of my comfort zone now. How is this going to work? How is this going to go? What's going to happen? You're going to start getting in these fears. What if they don't like me? You know, what if I can't do it? Keep your eye on your vision. Okay, how many of you have a big vision? Quite a few of you. Good. So you need to have a crystal clear vision of what you want to create. And in this vision, you want to have as many of your senses as you possibly can to help you get out of those fears. As soon as you get into those fears, those limiting beliefs, okay, this is what I want, and I have to get past these fears and these limiting beliefs to get there, right? And putting other people in your vision is really important too. If you have a spouse or kids or other people that are really important to you, that's really helpful too, because we give up on ourselves way easier and quicker than we give up on somebody else, right? A lot of us will fight to the death for somebody that we love, but for ourselves, maybe I'll go take a nap, right? So put your loved ones in your vision. I'm not married, so I don't have a spouse to put on in my vision, but I put my ladies in my vision, right? My confident woman community, I put them in my vision. So part of my vision is to eventually have a beach house where it can double as a retreat center, right? So in my vision, I can see myself in the morning sitting in my Adirondack chair on the beach with my toes in the sand, and I can smell the ocean breeze, and I can feel it on my face, and I can feel the sun, and I'm holding my warm cup of coffee, right? You can feel yourself in that moment, right? And then I see myself welcoming them in the door for the retreat later that day. Hello, welcome, come on in, right? You have to physically see yourself having that vision. Not, well, one day I would like to have, but no, I have it now. Right? So imagine yourself in that place. Okay. 10 minutes?
9.
Okay. Keep your mindset on track. Focus on the goal, not the obstacles. Okay? So, a lot of times we tend to focus on what we have to get past in order to get what we want, right? Oh, well, I have to set this up, and then I have to do that, and then right? We get overwhelmed, and then we end up just going, ah. So focus on the goal. Focus on the tiny miracles that come into your life. If somebody refers you, for example, that's huge. I mean, look, there's 30-something of you in the room right now. There's so many business women and men out there that you're constantly meeting. If somebody thinks of you, that's pretty huge, right? Just focus on the tiny little things that come to you. And pretty soon you'll start to see more and more things, because what we focus on grows. So if you're focused on the obstacles and the big, huge mountains you have to climb to get there, you're going to just be trudging along and feel like you're stuck in the mud, like, oh my God, okay? Focus on the good stuff. So when we tend to focus on the fears, I have a little game for us to play. You know what it's like to have those thoughts. Well, what if I fail? Well, what if they don't like me? Well, what if it doesn't work? Well, what if I'm not good at this? Well, what if I don't make any money? Well, what if I put out this money in investing in my business and then it doesn't come back to me and I lose it and then I have to live on a credit card or whatever? When you're having those thoughts, I want you to play the what if up game. So what this game is when you're having these thoughts, well, what if, blah, 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 blah. If we're creative enough to think of all these negative things that might happen, we're creative enough to come up with all the positive things that might happen, right? So when you're finding yourself in that mode, I want you to start reversing the thought. What if I fail? No. What if I'm super successful? What if I can have all I want in my life? What if they love me? What if I make tons of money? Right? Can you do that? How about you shout out a what if or two? What if
I own that ocean.
What if I own that oceanfront house? Yes.
What if I exceed my goal?
What if I exceed my goal? Yes.
What if I actually have retirement to retire?
Woo! Yes. Anybody else? Okay. You guys got to get creative here. All right, so you can practice in your car, okay? And I want you to expect success. Expect yourself to be wildly successful. What you expect to happen will happen. So if you expect to be super successful, if you expect that beach house to come into your life, it'll happen, right? If you expect the love of your life to walk through the door, it will happen. Okay? Expect success. Expect yourself to be wildly successful. Okay? One last story. There was a woman who came to my visioning workshop in January of last year. It's been a year now, and she emailed me a couple months ago. And she said, I don't know if you remember, but I was at your visioning workshop, and during the workshop when I was making my vision board, I was super frustrated. She said, I just couldn't see the how. I had this big vision, and I was like, how am I going to make this happen? There is no way. And that's one of the things that we do, is we go, how is this going to happen? We have this big dream and these big goals. How, right? Well, don't focus on the how, ladies. Just focus on the vision. The how will fall into place. So she emails me and she said, I was super frustrated making my vision board because I couldn't figure out the how. And she says, I had 3 goals on my vision board. 1 was to travel the world. 2 was to use my degrees, which was English. And 3 was to do more photography because that's my passion and one of my hobbies. She said, I'm now living in China, teaching preschoolers English, and traveling around doing my photography. She was able to let go of the how when she had that vision that she could see and picture in her mind, right? And she expected success. So I want you to expect success, ladies, no matter what you do. All right, let go of those fears, play the what if up game. What if I'm wildly successful? And become unstoppable. Okay. So were you inspired to build your confidence and become unstoppable today?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Did you have a good time?
Yes.
Good. Can I tell you about a couple things I have for you today? Okay, 1 yes. Awesome. Okay, so Joanna's going to pass out a couple of sheets. Don't forget to fill out your interest sheets that are on the table. I'm going to do a drawing as soon as I finish up here. So the first thing I want to tell you about is my visioning workshop. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you about is my visioning workshop. I do these every couple of months. The next one is actually this Saturday. I know it's super soon, and but I do have like 2 spots left, and usually it's $97. But today I'm going to offer it to you for $47. So if you're available on Saturday and you want to come to the visioning workshop where we're going to work on overcoming your limiting beliefs and your fears, becoming unstoppable, and building your vision and your vision board, you can go ahead and sign up for that. You can check the box for the visioning workshop for just $47. And if you know you need some more support around your fears and your limiting beliefs and what's stopping you in your business and moving forward and to gain confidence, if you'd like, we can set up a one-time call for 90 minutes. Usually I offer that at $197, but today only it's $147. So you can take me up on that. I have lots of different things, my Confident Woman community programs. We're having a retreat in October, which I'm super excited about. It's 2.5 days. And I have a 12-month program, all sorts of stuff. If you're not really sure what you want, come talk to me. We'll discuss, okay? We can set up a call to talk about what you would like and what you need and where you need support. I do have some books as well. There's on special today, 1 for $15 or 2 for $25. And that's it. So come talk to me and fill out your interest sheets. I'll send you the free report if you'd like that. And I'm going to do a quick drawing to give you a nice little free gift. So thank you again, ladies, so much.